Hi, Manong George here, and we'd like to thank our sponsor for today's video, BCRemit, because we care. Hello, Manong George here. Welcome to our channel, and today we have a very special guest.
My name is Mark Doblas, and I'm here in the UK. I'm working in one of the NHS trusts as the lead clinical practice facilitator for international nurses. So this role also is similar as a matron for international recruitment. Also an internationally educated nurse who's been recruited from the Middle East. So I've been in the UK for 4 years and 5 months now. So it's been an exciting journey, and I'm just glad that now I'm able to do the recruitment for our fellow overseas nurses all across the globe.
Man knows best.
In many different countries, there are agencies that partner with UK-based agencies and NHS trusts to recruit their nurses. I know there's a common misconception that, oh, I'll just go direct and apply and directly to an NHS trust. In a sense, it is direct because you have applied to a trust. However, it still has to go through an agency. Because say for example, let's just talk about, let's say, the Philippines. The Philippines would require you to go through your application with an agency. This is to limit, human trafficking, to avoid abuse by the employers. So that's why you need to go through a trusted agency, and of course the list of these agencies are available online, those legitimate agencies. Another thing is that if you want to do a direct application, you can go to the websites of these NHS trusts that you are eyeing for. So some people may have relatives in some parts of the UK working in a particular trust. So you can go to their websites. There's a career section in there, or work for us. So then you can see all the job listings in there and you can apply through those websites. Another website that you can go to, you can visit is NHS Jobs, or you can go to Track Jobs, TRAC, Track Jobs, or you can also go to Indeed.com. So all the most of the NHS job adverts are listed on those different websites. Why am I saying that? Because there is a challenge for most of our nurses coming from African countries and other countries that are listed in the WHO Red List country. What is the challenge? The challenge is that you cannot directly apply to agencies because agencies are not permitted to recruit from Red List countries. That's part of ethical resourcing. However, that should not deter you from applying, because you can still apply, and the best way to do that is apply directly to the organization or the trust itself. And if you know anyone from a particular organization, or like in my case, that's the job that I do, some people would just send me their CVs to my email address directly to me, and I do the shortlisting. Yeah, and you might be confused about the process because you've applied directly, but then you are still being channeled through an agency, because again, that's really how it works here. It goes through an agency.
Man knows best.
Years require number of years of experience, but to those that do not have a solid clinical experience, you don't have to worry, because it's case-to-case basis. It really depends on the organization on what they're looking for. But generally speaking, most of the NHS employers would be looking for 1 year recent experience in an acute setting. Again, that's 1 year recent experience in an acute setting. It doesn't mean to say that you don't have a year's experience, that you cannot apply anymore. You still can, because some employers will still accept it. And if you're just 2 months shy of reaching that 1 year status of working in a clinical setting, you can still apply, because it doesn't mean to say that right then and there, after your interview, you will get deployed. So, no, you still can. So, please work on that clinical experience.
Man knows best.
Just be very open. Be open minded in a lot of different things, because regardless of the number of years of experience you have, may it be one, less than a year, 5, 10, 15 years, when you come to the UK, you have to think of starting afresh, starting as a blank slate, because that's the best way for you to survive in the UK in a new care system. Another advice I can give is, well, I'll just share my journey. As I mentioned, I don't really have much of a solid clinical experience, and um, that should not deter you from applying, because you still can, and you just have to work hard when you're already in the system. Just like me, I managed to progress in my career quite quickly, because I just made sure that I I work so hard, and I put a lot of effort in building my portfolio in my career. Um, because the NHS actually is a very welcoming and very accepting organization. So regardless of what race you are, regardless of what um, gender preference you have, it's regardless of how old you are, or it's never discriminatory. It's always open to anyone else. So you just have to think about that. That alone will open a lot of doors for you. They always say that there is that glass ceiling, and they always say that we just have to give those career to their locals, or to the domestic trained nurses, because anyway it's their country. No, if you want to come to the UK, come to the UK, show them that you deserve to stay in the country, and surely they will notice that, and you will get to where you should be at some point. Another tip I can give you is that build on your confidence, because regardless of how experienced you are as a nurse, if you don't bring that to the table just because you're shy, and you don't want to appear cocky, or you don't want to appear like you're boasting your years of experience, no, be confident with what you have, and people will appreciate it. And for those that may not have quite solid experience, it's always like, get the job and learn the job as you go along. And just in learning the job as you go along, confidence is very much important. And of course, even if you think that you're already very good at socializing and communicating, think again, because when you come to the UK, it can be overwhelming, and it can be a whole lot of different story. So you just really have to continue to enhance yourself, your dealings with people, your communication skill, because for me, that's one of the bricks to step on in your career progression. So because in your interaction with your patients, in your interaction with your colleagues, the medical team, and anyone surrounding you, it's a key element. So please don't disregard that.
Yeah, came in 17. Damn.
Always remember, Manong knows.
Man knows best. Put your worries to rest when staying in the United Kingdom. Man knows best.